Hey guys, it's Holly here and I'm with Dr. Lane Norton and we're up to week 5 of the Return of the Reverse. Yo, yo, yo.
Well, I was just watching the video from last week and
What about it?
the comments, everybody's just so happy I was gone.
Was that only last week that you were gone?
Yeah.
Oh wow, it feels like forever.
So I'm just gonna try to tone down my lameness this week.
Time flies. Time really flies.
Maybe everybody will be much happier than I'm.
No,
Not so
but
intense.
you know what everyone might be happy about, and I think you might be happy about this as well. This.
What about it?
It's just so thick and luscious.
Oh,
How does everybody like this, by the way? Let's get your thoughts, because it feels really good.
You like that?
Well, I've never really had a beard before, so it's
Well, I hope not.
kind of new to me.
You mean you've never dated a real man, basically?
Well, it could be both things. I'd say I've actually never had a beard before.
No,
so
I would hope not.
It's kind of fun to go like this. But no, I don't think anyone I've ever dated in my entire life has had a beard that wild.
Well, congratulations. This is your first time being with a real man.
Good job. Comments, please. Let me know what you think of Lane's beard. Is it a yay or a nay? Moving on to more important matters, like my reverse.
Nonsense. There's nothing more important than a beard.
I have a problem, Lane, this week. Do you know what that problem is? Have a guess.
You don't do well when things aren't organized exactly as you would like them and go exactly how you want them to.
Yeah, it's called OCD. Correct. Ding! I don't have any data.
Oh, yeah, that's
We're in a little bit of a pickle. So, I guess that's the video over. All right, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next time.
We're in the process of developing an app.
Yes, we are.
The guys didn't update, our dev team didn't update to the app.
They did.
And because it is not live yet, and don't ask us when, it's going to be a few months. But some of her data has been lost. So I'm sure the guys will get it back.
They will. I reminded the guys that we need the data for the case study. So I think since it's going to be
what's up with
published,
that? So are we going to actually write that up, or what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Okay, because experimental biology is in April. We have to submit by November.
Oh, I didn't realize experimental biology was the one we were going for. Okay.
Oh, if you want to go to the best one, that's the best one.
Oh, we can try. I still have to collect data for another 4 weeks.
We can't. I realize we're squirreling here, but we can't. We can't write up what we have.
We could. Do you want to just go through to the actual?
Yeah,
we've got.
we
can do all the pre-data. Okay.
Oh, and you've got your show from last year as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that was when it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
James and us will have to sit down and figure out how we're going to tell the story.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to write up all that into an abstract that is less than 400 words.
That's going to be so tough for me.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to just have to put a different hat on. I realize that writing for a journal versus writing for like a website or just an article, it's completely different. One shall take you very little time and the other can take you months.
I actually find that it's more difficult to write for the
like conversational?
layperson. Yeah, because if you're trying to... So there's a lot of people who can write for lay people, but they lose the integrity of the science because they simplify it so much. So what's really difficult is and there's a lot of people who can keep the integrity of the science, but they get so technical that it's hard to read.
Yeah.
So I find the most difficult and challenging way to write is, I think probably what I'm best at, but it is difficult, is to keep the integrity of the science, but be able to simplify it so the average person can make it palatable.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast actually with Eric Trexler yesterday, and the podcast was literally just talking about like, his background in research and publishing and writing and all this stuff with Greg Nuckols. But he actually said that like it's very challenging for him to have come from writing up his scientific papers and then now working for a site which is
Dr. Eric Trexler, actually, he just got his PhD.
Yeah, he did actually. Just
congratulations, Eric. We're squirreling. Anyway, so we don't have that data, but I do
have some recollection.
We can speak generally about how your week went, which I can say was probably, you're going to say, not very good.
No, that was awful. I think up until probably Wednesday of last week, I was doing exceptionally well compared to previous reverses. And yeah, I just lost the plot a little bit, and probably most difficult week.
Well, I think the first thing you did that was a mistake was you ordered brownies from the Cleveland Brownie Company. Mm-hmm. That was a bad move. I don't know what part of your brain thought that you're going to be able to keep multiple brownies in the refrigerator and just not touch them.
They're in the freezer.
Okay, I don't know what part of your brain thought you were going to be able to keep them in the freezer and not touch them, but it wasn't working. So that was dumb.
Yeah, I have to order singles. Bad Cleveland Brownie. Bad.
They were good brownies, but I just, So then we had Liv's birthday party, which you actually did really well at.
Yeah, I actually did fine at the party. It was, I think, the events around it were really challenging for me.
Well, Liv's party was a lot of fun.
Yes.
That was great. I think we had more fun using the water slide than the kids did.
I actually just bought the water slide for us.
But Liv had an absolute blast, so that was awesome. And you did a great job organizing that party. But you also have a thing where you hate the idea of throwing out food. And I understand.
Thanks, Mom. Eat your food. They're starving people.
Well, send it to them.
I could.
But you having a lot of food around the house is a big trigger for you. And you don't have an off switch like a lot of people do. So if you know that, I mean, you said this to me the other day, you knew there was a piece of cake in the refrigerator.
I'm like, you just need to get rid of it.
You'd been thinking about it all day. So, but that shows how food focused people can get when you've been in a prep that long. Yeah. I understand.
And you know what, can actually, I can draw some parallels with this. I got my leptin results back in, and they are not back to where we thought they were. So
well, they might have been. Leptin can fluctuate, so it might have been the day you had it measured. It might have been what it is.
Maybe.
It's. Keep in mind, you're just looking at snapshots in time.
True. I can say that my appetite definitely was up there. I think this past week. I don't know why. I'm not sure. It was like, ooh.
Well, and then but I think that you're gonna. You've decided that you're gonna take some initiative. Mm-hmm. About dealing with some of this stuff, because I think the root of your problem is like you said, OCD and anxiety. So
yeah, I feel like I have chronic anxiety. It's just something that's kind of popped up in my life in the last 5 or 6 something years. We kind of are drawing.
So it wasn't just from me.
No, it was from when I started my business. Like, I just have a really hard time switching off. So I'm just constantly thinking, and it's like to the point where I'm actually going to go and get some outside help with it. It's really, really challenging to deal with it. If anyone has anxiety or has had like fleeting moments of anxiety about something, it's really, really hard. I think you have your things that you have anxiety about. Like we were talking last night about sleep. So, Lane, like if you have to get up really early in the morning.
Yeah, if I know I have to get up.
You find it really challenging to fall asleep. And
I get to sleep. It's more about when I wake up, I have a lot of trouble getting back to sleep. Mm-hmm. Especially if I wake up within a few hours of when I need to get up. Mm-hmm. And if I wake up within an hour of when I need to get up, just forget about it. Yeah. Like it's not going to I'm not going to get back to sleep.
Yeah.
So, or like travel. Mm-hmm. Like I get anxiety about travel. You make fun of me for it, but I don't have, you know me, I don't have any problem on planes. I have zero issue. Like once I'm on the plane, I have zero issue.
It's just being organized and getting there on time. And
It's just getting there on time, getting through security, getting through the fuckery of them possibly changing your flight or delaying your flight or customs or whatever. That gives me anxiety. And your way you cope with it is food.
Yeah.
So you cope with it with
I think
binging.
I need to. So for me, my focuses are going to be working on reducing the amount of anxiety or things that cause anxiety. That's I can already tell. Like if I speak to somebody professional about it, it's like what's the root problem, and then modifying the way that you use or you cope. So I'm pretty sure we'll probably be doing some strategizing for new coping systems. It takes a lot of there's a lot of work that goes into that. It's not something that you can just fix because change is freaking hard. So when you've dealt with something a certain way for a long time, and a lot of these habits are like ingrained from our childhood.
That's hardwired in your brain too.
It really is, and it causes like a stress response. Like I have been catatonic at times where I'm just so stimulated and like anxious.
Well, when you're stressed and you're having anxiety and you've overeaten, that's a huge trigger for you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've literally come in and seen you on the bed staring at the ceiling.
I can't do a thing. It's like literally it debilitates you.
Yeah.
Like you see ads on like TV about like, anxiety being something that's debilitating and you don't really draw the line. But until you've been in that position where you're like, I just can't do a thing. I can't function right now. Like I couldn't work. I believe it when people say I have anxiety so bad I cannot work. It's not at that level all the time for me, but at certain points it's like, wow, I could be really struggling. So anyway, we are squirreling a little bit, but to summarize, I believe from what I can remember of the tracking, I was about 1,800 calories over. And it wasn't just from the day of the party, it was actually like the weeks beforehand. So I wasn't tracking my data. That was the first mistake. So earlier in the week, I just said, I'm just not going to worry about it because it's not operating the way that I would like. So I just stopped tracking.
Well, let's go back to you had an app you used. It was an Australian app.
Yeah, and they did a reboot and I lost everything. So that was my Aussie tracking app. So that was really the starting point of where I started to overeat. So yeah, by the end of the week...
Which if you think about it, makes no logical sense.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
But that's part of the control issue.
It was a stress thing. I was like, it's either all or nothing right now. So, what I actually have done this week to kind of compensate for the extreme 1,800 calorie surplus, and let me tell you, I woke up on like Monday morning and I was a little rounder in the cheeks. I had lost all of my dieting skinny. So I've actually kind of compensated and pulled in all of my calories this week. So each day I reduced my targets by about 250, which I have done every day this week, and I will continue to do every day this week to kind of rake all those calories back in. So rather than try and fast for a whole day, which is just ridiculous, and then you end up overeating the next day.
What are you talking about? Fasting for a whole day is going to make you live forever.
Yeah.
I read all the podcasts say it.
That would not work for me. It just wouldn't. I would end up being so ravenous, I would just binge eat. So anyway, that's kind of an example
That's
of
what most people who fast do anyway.
An individual response. But yeah, so I have reduced my calories, which were about 1,800 last week. This week I've been sitting at 1,550 every day to kind of, make up for the excess. And I think, today I'm starting to look a bit more normal. Again, I can see some lines in my abdominals, which had completely disappeared on Monday, and I was looking, a little bit watery, and so that was that.
So what are we going to do for next week? We're going to probably hold steady, right?
We will hold steady. I need another week just to kind of recoup, and if I feel like I'm mentally back in the game, maybe I'll add a 50 calorie increase. Probably within the first few days of next week, just to see how I'm going. But I think I want to feel like I'm in control again.
There's that word.
Well, what word would you like? It's an important thing.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I'll just feel out of control.
But I think that for you, and I think I'm my 2 cents psychology. I think the person whoever you speak with is probably going to tell you that you need to be more okay with not being in control of certain things.
Yes, but that's not going to happen overnight.
No, I agree with that. So, but
Yeah.
you can just be like me and realize your whole life has been out of control. And
I don't know how you live.
yeah, I just motherfucking saw my way through it.
Yeah. Well, so I guess to summarize,
If you like the beard, like the video.
yeah, bringing it all back full circle. What do you think of Lane's beard?
That's the really most important question. Fuck your data. How do you like the beard?
And no changes this week. Just trying to recoup. So I haven't taken my weight at all this week. It's been for good reason. I don't really want to know. Next Monday I'll probably get on the scales and reassess. So yeah. If you have any questions about anything, comments regarding what we've talked about today, anxiety, maybe you've struggled with some stress or anxiety of your own and you want to talk about it, leave some comments. I will probably be jumping on to have a look.
Guys, make sure you comment about how much you dislike me in these videos, but how much you love the beard. If you like her, make sure you go buy our stuff because she's married to me, so she gets half. So go like the video, subscribe to the channel, buy our stuff, and
thank you for tuning in
yeah,
to me and this homeless man.